The Partial Breakaway Podcast with your hosts Nick and Junior and producer Vince, bringing you elite fantasy hockey information to help you win your fantasy leagues and win at life.
Episode 100 of the Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Congratulations, boys.
Congratulations. Thank you very much to all our listeners who actually helped us come to this point. Because
Yes.
without you guys, we probably wouldn't have been doing this, and we probably wouldn't have continued doing this for a
Thank
while.
you very much.
You had a bit of an extra oof in there.
I did.
Episode
It's the
100
nerves
there,
kicking
Junior.
in. It's the adrenaline.
Could be the nerves,
Yeah,
could be the
it's-
nerves,
it's
could be the
over.
fact that we're live, and we're actually live in the presence of our listeners.
Yes, I wish we
Our
were able to
millions
roll
of listeners. The millions that only a few of them came.
Which is great. And thank you to everybody who actually did show up, because I know people took time out of their day to
Yes.
actually come here and join us. And we're very, very appreciative of all of you. Thank you all for coming. Big round of applause, everybody.
You see, we're not lying. There's actually people here.
There is actually people here, ladies and
Actually, let's take a moment before we start. Let's thank our sponsors.
Yes.
So let's thank THPN, the Hockey Podcast Network, for giving us the platform to do this. We thank you to Patisserie Boulangerie Italia for the wonderful food that's being served. Big thank you to Sportiero, who provided us with a place to do it.
Absolutely.
The merch and the beautiful backdrops that you see here and on the photo booth. And lastly, ANC Photo Booths for providing us with the photo booth that will give us great content.
Absolutely. Great pictures are being taken already. We have some fun interviews. And today, we each actually have somebody that's going to be doing the interviews for our guests.
We'll
So
see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well.
hopefully, I mean,
We have a field reporter.
we
We'll,
have a field reporter today.
we'll introduce her in a bit, but
she fit in our budget.
yeah, she fit in our budget, our cheap budget. Actually, so do you guys want to go ahead and do the announcement?
Absolutely.
Where's Bats?
We're going to need Bats. Where's Bats? Listener Batista.
Bats!
Come down.
Now this is where I gotta move.
This is the Price is Right. So what do you say?
Yeah,
come on
I'm gonna go.
down.
I'm gonna go. Oh,
Okay. All right.
The Price is Right music?
Price is Right music. Listener Batista, come on down. All right. So
you guys took it out. Mothers.
bite your tongue.
all right, grab a seat here, Listener Batista. So today we are. You can put the headset on. It's all good.
There
You've
we
done
go.
this before, so it's not your first time doing this.
Yeah. I didn't
If-
think I was going to come on the top of the program.
Oh yeah. We want to start off
We start off big with a
with our
bang.
listener league. This is going to be the first year that we actually have a listener league happening. So Batista here is going to be helping us out with the listener league, and I just wanted you to preview a little bit, just the high level stuff that we're going to be doing for the listener league this year.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited about this one. So, the concept of the league is basically if you've done any sort of DraftKings sort of format where you have like a small, tighter salary cap, you select a few players that you think are going to perform on that particular week.
Yeah.
Then there's obviously a bunch of different strategies you can take, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the schedule, who's playing who. Is it a week of 4 matchups or 3 matchups, so on and so forth, right? So, and it's going to be a basic points league. So you collect the points every single week. You could redraft your team every single week.
That's going to be fun.
You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, you don't have to, but you can. Obviously, it'd be advantageous to micromanage again,
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
who's playing who and so on. And it's a race to the top.
You have a salary cap that you got to fit in,
Yep,
so you can't just pick McDavid 5 times.
that's right. Well, I mean, you can, but that might not be the
You might
best
bust.
strategy.
You might bust the cap.
But so the league fits up to 200 participants. Each person can have multiple teams if you wish to just draw out different setups week to week. And had another point.
Two centers, 2 left wings, 2 right wings.
Yeah, so the format's going to be 2 centers, 2 left wing, 2 right wing, 2 defensemen, 1 goalie. Mind you, that's still tentative. We could always just
Yeah.
kind of put. There's a few things that are still tentative. in terms of scoring and the rules setup. But the bones of the league is there, and it's set up, and we're sort of testing it. It's in its testing phases right now, and I
Very
guess
nice.
you guys can fire it up there, in the next couple of weeks. Start getting some people coming in and setting up their teams.
Well,
Beautiful.
the important thing is we're gonna have a league.
Yes,
Finally.
we're finally gonna have
Yeah.
a league.
Going
It took-
into our third NHL season, we're
It took
finally
100
gonna.
episodes for us to get organized enough to do something like this.
No, but it should be a fun one, and it should be pretty competitive. There's a few people out there, they mull it over every single decision making.
Yeah.
Right? It'll be competitive for sure.
Take out your Excel sheet. Start,
That's
start
right, yeah, that's right.
populating the Excel sheet.
Yeah.
We're gonna have also probably. Oh yeah, there's an entrance fee, but you can have as many teams as you want.
That's right. Yeah. So
As long as you can
it'll be
afford
a fee
more.
per team. So if you want to, open up 5 teams, it'll be 5 times the entry.
Very cool.
Then there'll be prizes, which is all to be determined.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. I think it's okay that some guys are going to have, or some girls are going to have the same team. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make you kind of overthink it too when you see that someone has the same lineup as you.
You
You might want to make a change that maybe you shouldn't have made, but
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be really interesting. Like I like those fan duel type leagues and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and what's
but we're
cool
making
is
it a
it's-
season long cumulative league at the same time.
Exactly. And what's cool is it's whatever team you go into the week with, it's locked for the week. So if you have an injury, if you have a bad matchup or something like that,
Yeah.
it all affects
That's right.
what you're going to collect for that week.
Yeah, you're not screwed and you're out of the league for
That's right.
the whole year because
You get to
somebody
redo
got
it the
injured.
following week.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's gonna be very cool. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
running it as
Absolutely.
well.
Congratulations, guys, on the 100.
thank you.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Who's
Really
up next?
appreciate it.
Who am I?
Well,
Actually-
Vince is coming back.
Vince is coming back, but we're gonna send it off to listener Rooks.
Yeah, we're going to test our
our
listeners.
field reporter and test some of the listeners coming up on some trivia questions.
in
So
our newly installed photo booth by ANC Photo Booths.
you do those promos, bud. You do those promos.
All right, guys. Have fun.
Bye,
Thank
Max.
you very
Thank
much.
you very
Thank
much.
Max. Thank you. All right, off to listener Rooks. You are alive, listener Rooks. We don't hear you.
We don't hear you.
Oh, some technical difficulties, I guess. It was working great before. And of course, this has to happen, right? You always got to happen.
What's happening?
Okay, go. I think we hear you now. Let's try this again. Go. Can we hear you? We cannot hear you.
Oh, your earbud's still connected to your phone. That's the question.
Okay, we're gonna come back.
All right, we're gonna come back to you guys. All right. Well, we knew this was gonna happen. Actually, I was pretty convinced that this was gonna happen. That something was gonna go wrong with the audio.
And we've tested it twice on 2 separate occasions, and both times it worked.
So what happened? What did we miss?
Well-
What did I miss? At least
The most important thing is the fact that when you go live like this in front of an audience, like a live
Is it
studio audience. No, this is the one. No. You want to try again? Okay, we'll try again. Listener Rooks, can we try one more time? We try one more time? Yeah? All right, we're going to add you to stage here. Listener Rooks, field reporter Rooks, can you hear us?
The mic settings are off.
Yeah, your mic is off here.
Reduce background noise. No, okay. Well, we can't figure it out.
No, we won't be able to figure it out. It's too bad.
That's too bad.
not
Maybe
too
we'll
bad.
go. We'll ask people to come here instead.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's start the St. Louis Blues preview.
is it because of this? Yeah, guaranteed.
Why? No, that's just the sound bar. The sound.
Exactly. That controls this. Guaranteed. Try
So who
again.
put it down?
For the intro.
No, I don't think so. Guys.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Producer Vince is
One more
sleeping over
time.
there. Let's try again.
One more time.
Try speaking.
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
Nada.
We don't hear you.
No. Okay, her audio is off. All right, doesn't
Okay,
matter.
So I'm gonna. How about this?
I'll go. You guys talk.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So let's start the preview here.
All right. So let's start with the St. Louis Blues. Nick, I'm going to hand it off to you right away. Like, what's your take? They surged after hiring Montgomery last year. What's your overall take on this team going into the new season? Are they trending upwards? Are they trending downwards? Or are they going to stay stagnant? Did they do enough? One of their biggest moves was trading for Mayu. They gave away Bodzig for Mayu. Yeah, I mean, are they reliable from a fantasy perspective?
Well, one thing that I'm going to say for sure is that this is a very exciting team. This is a team that they kind of took a step forward last year. They did the RFA offer sheets. They seem to have worked, and those players actually seem to have connected really well with the core of the team. So you kind of have an aging team, but then you have a whole bunch of these young guns coming in that are kind of taking over at the same time and learning from the vets. I love the St. Louis Blues this year. I think that personally, I think they're a shoo-in to make the playoffs.
I really like them going into this year. I think they have a good mix of veteran players, established players, and young guys coming through, and they have great coaching. So that goes a long way. And so let's break down the roster while we're at it. You wanna take that over? It's like top 6. Who we should be relying upon in terms of fantasy purposes? What the combinations look like? And,
okay, so the big move here is really that you have Robert Thomas, who is a legit center, a legit top center in the NHL. You have Pavel Buchnevich, who's that warrior on the left wing that tends to play much better when he's on the wing with Robert Thomas rather than the experiments that they tried with him at center on the second line.
Yeah.
So those two guys right off the bat are two of the top line. And then, according to Daily Faceoff, they have Jimmy Snuggerud here. And really, in the playoffs, like, he really popped. He showed some flashes. Yes, he made a few rookie mistakes, absolutely. But I'm seeing Snuggerud coming in here and really solidifying that top line and moving Kyrou to the second line with Braden Shen and Dylan Holloway. And why is that important? Well, if you're Jordan Kyrou, you're a line driver on that line with Holloway and Shen. And those guys could clean up a lot of those loose pucks in front of the net and really make it a much smoother transition where you could have two lines going at it back to back. There's a third guy, or maybe a seventh guy we could talk about that has a chance of dropping into that top 6, and that's Jake Neighbors. He kind of had a little bit of an off season last season where he didn't really show too much, but Jake Neighbors is an uber talented player, and he has the ability to come into that top 6 whenever they have a chance.
Yeah, if there's an injury, someone's slumping, you want to change things up, Jake Neighbors is a good plug and play.
Do you think if Snuggerud starts to struggle, do you think Jake Neighbors is the first guy that gets pushed to the top 6?
Probably.
He could play both wings, so it's very possible for him to come up and take over for Snuggerud. But they have a lot of faith in Snuggerud. They were actually planning on trading Jordan Kyrou because they felt that they had another replacement in Snuggerud. So it's a big.
He had a very good showcasing in the playoffs. So at the end of the day, they're gonna. I feel that they just need patience. He needs a leash, right? He can't. If he's on a short leash as a rookie, it's gonna be tough for them to do what he does. So, so that's it. But you guys connected the mic?
Yeah, they have the mic to the phone.
That might be the problem. If we disconnect the mic maybe and just go with the earbuds.
But the mic was working before.
I'll be back.
We'll try that. We'll try
Go,
that.
Nick. I'm listening.
All right. So let's move on to the St. Louis Blues top 6 defense.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna throw you the question now. There's like an aging defense here, but they kind of have that RFA that they did last year with Broberg. He kind of showed really well. They have a younger guy like Tyler Tucker who has the ability to come in, and they have Logan Mailloux, who they just traded away Bolduc for.
Yeah.
So what do we think about this defense? Who's going to be the person eating the most from this defense this year?
Eating the most at the beginning will be Cam Fowler because of his experience and what he's still got that offensive prowl that
kind of resurged again when he moved to St. Louis.
I still feel this is a team that still does not have a number one offensive defenseman. And this is why the Logan Mailloux trade was so important. Not only for Logan Mailloux, but for the Blues, is that they got a defender who showed he can be offensively gifted, have some defensive liabilities. But this is why I think Logan Mailloux going to the Blues is a very good thing for him. Now, is it going to pan out that way? No. Do I see it pan out this year? I see him taking steps. I see him taking maybe PP2 or a top four line, but it just Cam Fowler, Justin Falk, they're pillars in that defensive line right now, right?
Yeah.
So I feel if one of them is struggling, then Logan Mayu might be able to make that jump. But it's with the St. Louis Blues. It's patience. It's having patience, and hopefully, Broberg can repeat what he did last year.
So that's a good question because you mentioned Cam Fowler, you mentioned Justin Falk. What do you think about Broberg's game? Like, he ended up last year with 8 goals, 21 assists for 29 points in 68 games.
Mm-hmm.
So he was pacing for a 35-point pace. So again, we're looking at somebody maybe in the top 50 of defensemen last year. Do you think he could take another step this year?
Yes, I mean, he has all the opportunity. It all depends on Cam Fowler to me. It all depends. If Cam Fowler takes those heavy minutes, and remember now, Cam Fowler with Anaheim never had that defensive defenseman that he played with, was paired with. So he was dependent on doing both offensively, but being responsible defensively. I feel with the pairing of Periaco, he could let out his offensive prowl and not worry so much about his defensive responsibilities that much.
I like how you say prowl a lot.
Prowl.
It's interesting.
I think they can get a lot of production from their back end.
Yeah. Well, talking about back ends, there's also 2 goalies here, right? And we're talking about Binnington. Let's do the goalies first, just to round up the league, and then we're gonna throw it over to listener Leroux right after that. Okay. So Jordan Binnington and Hofer. Now, Binnington has been kind of looked at as a person that loose screws. The guy might not be all there all the time, but he was very, very good last year. And he even showed really well for Team Canada as well.
4 Nations.
Right, in the 4 Nations. So I found he kind of rebuilt his confidence a little bit there. And Hofer is a young guy coming in who's supposed to be the future of that team.
Mm-hmm.
Are we seeing more of a 50-50 split? Another 60-40 like last year? Because Binnington played the majority of games last year. What are we seeing here in the goalies tandem?
I believe that it's the passing of the torch very slowly. So I feel Binnington is going to be their number 1 right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if at one point with Hofer, they're going to go more in 45 to 47 to like almost 50-50 in games and go with the hot hand.
So just to clarify, last year Binnington played 56 of the 82 games.
Hofer 31.
And Hofer 31.
I feel Hofer is going to be closer to the 40 games this year.
Really? So more of a 50-50 split then?
I think so.
It's going to depend on Binnington's production. I mean, in the last 2 seasons, we started to see a little bit of consistency. Over 900 save percentage, under 3 goals against average. I mean, the winning formula for St. Louis is status quo.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need Hofer to play more, fine, let him play more. But I think they're going to ride Binnington 55 games or so.
All right. Well, let's try to throw it over to listener Rooks here to see if we could try to get her back on the mic and
take 132.
Let's see. Oh, can we hear you?
I think we're good.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you, Amanda.
Oh,
All right. You are live.
You are live.
I'm live? Okay. All right, guys. So just to recap, we wanted to congratulate you on behalf of everybody here on your 100th episode. We're extremely proud of you guys. Keep it up. So let's get to business. Guys, are you ready? I'm here with listener Umbi and listener Claudio. Nope. They're a little bit stressed. So I'm going to ask you some trivia questions, and they're theme based on the St. Louis Blues, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Utah Mammoth. Ready? Okay. So first question is, who holds the NHL record for most goals by a rookie?
Alexander McGill.
Wrong. Umbi?
3 teams.
I did mention that.
That one's hard.
If you need a hint, I'll give you one.
I'll take the hint.
He played most of his career with the Anaheim Ducks.
That's the last.
Yes. Good job.
Why did I think McGill would
Okay.
Sabres?
Second question is, which NHL teams did Gretzky play for?
Edmonton, LA. And the Rangers.
What
Yes.
teams are we
You're
talking
missing
about?
one. Yes. Okay, last but not least, which retired player was part of these three franchises? The Blues, the Mammoth, and the Jets. It's a tricky question.
The Mammoths, who were they before Atlanta? Atlanta.
You're on the right track.
Ferraro.
No,
Ferraro. If Ferraro for the Blues, Atlanta. Fix it, she said no. I'll fix it.
the hint? He's got two sons that currently play in the NHL.
Good job.
Yes. Utah was formerly known as Phoenix, and Arizona is the original Winnipeg, and the Atlanta Thrashers is the new Winnipeg Jets.
3 for 3, buddy. Yeah, with help.
Good job, guys. We'll send this back over to you guys.
Peace out. I was running the
Thank
Gretzky.
I took him off.
Wow, I think listener Umbi and listener Claudio have to listen to us a little more.
Yeah, I think they need to learn from us a little bit more. Their takes weren't bad. Their questions weren't bad.
No, but like Kachuk was a staple on St. Louis power play. So why don't we take a look at what the power play looks like now?
I like the segue.
So basically, I think we have some players that are staples here as well. Robert Thomas, Buchnevich. I would think Kyrou is probably a staple on the power play one, even though the last year it seemed to fluctuate a little bit. What do you guys think here? There's so many players that play. There's a veteran like Braden Shen. There's a guy like Jake Neighbors. Do they go to balance two units, or do you think they're gonna go and put everyone on one unit? And just to give you reference as to their power play last year, if I was a little better prepared, I would have had it off the top.
It's okay. It's a live show.
But the St. Louis Blues had only the 16th best power play last year.
So
there's room for improvement, especially if they want to make the
definition of the
playoffs.
word mid.
Yes, exactly.
Definition of mid.
If you ask me, Cam Fowler's guaranteed to start because I think he did so well last year that he deserves the opening opportunity, if you will. Robert Thomas, Buchnevich, I think Holloway and Kyrou should round it up. But I'm not sure what he thinks about vets like Shen. Maybe he wants to include Shen in there. So what do you guys think? How are you guys feeling about this? I think this could be a really good power play, though.
Yeah, it could, but I think with St. Louis, a lot of the questions are going to be answered in training camp.
Yeah.
To see
of course.
what goes on in training camp, because you've got a lot of unknowns right now in St. Louis. Like Snuggerud, as much as he showed that he can play in the NHL, he's still an unknown whether he can crack that top 6 or not. You have Jake Neighbors that did well for the past few years. Holloway came out of nowhere and showed that he could be a top 6 player when he was with Edmonton. He couldn't even crack the top 9 role. And like we were talking about before defensively, I don't see anybody running away on this defense as an offensive power. So it's going to be right now. I think Kyrou's on the first power play. I don't think you leave a 30-goal scorer off the first power play.
Yeah, so I think what you're getting at though is like, is the coach going to want to split between the two power plays, or is he going to want to throw everything in one basket? And very much to what Junior said before, I think personally they're going to go ahead and put everybody in one basket, but I can't be guaranteed that until we actually see it.
Yeah, well, down the stretch, their most productive set of forwards were Buchnevich, Thomas, Bolduc, and Snuggerud. Go figure.
Yeah.
And Cam Fowler was their best defenseman on the point.
So
Bolduc's not there.
you take out
who do you think?
You put Kyrou?
Kyrou, Shen.
But don't forget,
I'm
Bolduc-
leaning more Kyrou, of course. But
Guys, Bolduc also played the bumper. That's what he was playing as.
Yeah.
Neighbors could play the bumper.
yeah, more so
He's
than
a big-
Kyrou.
He's a big-bodied guy. He could play the bumper more. So, anyways, you could take all of this with a grain of
Yeah,
salt. We don't know for
yeah,
sure. We don't have a
exactly.
crystal ball here, but we're trying our best to kind
But
of see.
it's very rare teams have more and more in the NHL. You see teams depending on their first power play more than anything else. Their first power play plays a minute, 30 seconds, and their second power play gets 30 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this out. I still think you can't leave a 30-goal scorer on your second power play.
And I'll also add to that. I mean, like Mayu, there's no chance that he's going to get it right off the bat.
no.
I think Cam Fowler is the guy for this year.
Yeah, and then
And they're going to bring on Mayu slowly, but we'll see. You never know. Injuries happen.
Brober can be the second guy up instead of Mayu, right?
That's
so
right.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So
And,
Mayu would
I
be
mean-
your long play, your long-term dynasty play.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could have like a Hudson effect. Maybe halfway through the season, come Christmas, it's not going well. Maybe he gets the goal and things turn around for them. But yeah, I mean, look, they have the tools to have a good power play, and I'm pretty sure you can lean on most of these players in your fantasy league, and it's just a question of putting it all together.
Absolutely.
And just one last note on Kyrou. All those trade rumors this offseason, possibly trading him. How every other year he had like an issue with the coach or whatever. So something's going on there. I mean, I wonder how he handles now this trade rumor situation and if that has any effect on his game.
All right. Good. What's next?
Over under. Let's find out. What do we think of
Over-under.
Kyrou?
Shoot, I feel like we should have given the over-unders to the fans here. The millions upon millions.
The millions.
You have it on the chat. We gotta pull it up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Get on up.
I've been doing so much talking, I didn't realize that I was also supposed to host this one. All right, let's get to this.
But yeah,
Should have gotten listener Rooks involved.
we should have.
Do you not
But
get the
they're
over-under?
not ready. What? No, it's because it was in the chat. Anyhow,
All right, here we
Here
go.
we go.
So over under, guys,
No.
and maybe we should ask some guys to come in here for Robert Thomas, 64 and a half assists. Assists.
Assist.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, I didn't even know that was assist. Damn.
64 and a half assists. What do we think?
Yeah. Oh, you looking at me?
No,
Yeah,
I'm looking at.
Okay, so 60. I mean, he's never hit more than 60. Last year he had 60 in 70 games. Let me go. I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go over. Team Canada wants to make Team Canada. He's gonna get those assists.
All right. Excellent. Buchnevich, 65 and a half
Buchnevich.
points this year. Over under. I know what I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go over. I think since Montgomery went there, he had a little bit of a resurgence. Things were a little shaky to start. I'm gonna go over, and part of it is also because I own stocks.
Yes, part of it is because I own stocks as well. I'm going over as well.
I'm gonna go under.
You're gonna go under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Playing with Robert Thomas probably the whole year.
Well, unless Kyrou takes his place.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
I don't think so. But interesting. Okay, talking about Kyrou,
Yeah.
35 and a half goals, over or under?
Man, who made these lines? They're so hard. Kyrou with all the trade talk for sure. Over 35 and a half.
Over.
Yeah.
Over 35 and a half. All right.
I'm gonna go under.
You're going to go under 35 and a half. I'm going to go under as well.
Not
but
by much.
I
but
still think that he's going to hit 30.
Yeah.
I just don't think that 35 is really in the cards. All right.
to be fair, he's hit it twice over 35.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Very true. All right. Snoogarud.
Rookie season.
Rookie season.
Over under?
40 and a half points.
40 and a half points. If he keeps up if he can hang around the top 6, I go over.
The question is, will he hang around at the top 6?
And what's your answer to that?
I'll go
sir?
over. I'll go over. I think he sticks around enough to get like 45 points.
Yeah, I think they like him a lot.
Around
and-
there.
and I
I'm
think
just under
45.
50.
Yeah, I think that's very, very fair. All right. Dylan Holloway, 64 and a half points. Vince.
Dylan Holloway, who cannot stay healthy, yet last year he did 77 games.
And he had.
I'm gonna go under. He hasn't proven to me that he can just be consistent with that 60. I mean, he went from 82 game pace, 19 to 67. So I'm gonna go under.
What's his over under?
64 and a half.
Basically, to improve on last year. I think this is where he lives. That's why it's a tricky line. I'm gonna go with just slightly under.
All right. Excellent. So that does it for our over-unders. Let's move on.
Prospects.
Go ahead, Vince.
So listen, some of their prospects are already playing on the team. I mean, you've got Snoogaroo, who's already on the team. You've got Mayu, who's looks like he's going to crack the starting lineup. But there's a few that are not, and that are very interesting. Dvorsky, Salmon right winger, got called up 1 or 2 games last year, if I'm not mistaken. 10th overall, so their ceiling is high for Dvorsky as a centerman. So he's their number 2 right now, highest prospect. Then they have the kid that we wanted to draft, but that they drafted in Justin Carbonneau.
Yep.
So they have him as a right winger, a big boy who has some sandpaper to his game. Otto Stenberg, he's the interesting one. He was drafted in 2023. Still hasn't cracked the lineup.
Only 20 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Still young. So again, another centerman. So it'll be interesting to see who gets called up if there's any injuries on the St. Louis lineup.
But this is why I'm high on this team, is because they actually have legitimate prospects coming up while their older generation is still there. So if these guys start leaving a little bit here and there, you're going to see some of these younger guys popping up and taking over. So I like St. Louis where they're at right now because of their prospects as well.
I think Dvorsky is going to dip his feet in the league this year.
Yeah.
I don't think he starts automatically with the team, but he might be the first call-up at center. And Otto Stenberg, too. I'm very curious about Otto Stenberg. Otto Stenberg should be a pretty promising prospect as well.
Listen, Dvorsky, 61 games played, 45 points in the AHL. It's not a bad season. So, and it was his first year in the AHL. So we'll see how he can do his second full year and take it from there.
Yeah, we spoke about in the post-mortem, right? He's eventually going to take over Braden Chen.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So if
Ideally-
Braden Chen starts
ideally.
to struggle, I mean, it could happen as early as this year, I think. He'll be...
They start putting him on the wing, maybe.
Yeah, and, alleviate a bit of responsibility.
Ideally, Braden Shen, if he could be your third centerman, I mean, now you're looking at Thomas, Dvorsky, Shen. That's strong down the middle.
Guys, how about we go to some bold predictions?
Oh, baby.
Wow. You guys ready for bold predictions?
Yeah, I'm there.
Junior?
I'm there.
All
So,
right.
am I going first?
Well, it's your segment, so you could choose who goes first.
All right. So I will say this Jordan Kyrou has scored 30 goals plus in the last 3 consecutive seasons. I'm gonna go that he's gonna go below 30 goals for the first time in 3 years.
Wow. All right, Vince.
I'm gonna go with Logan Mailloux over 42 points.
Wow, that is
I-
bold.
Oh, that is bold.
I
That is
really
bold.
do think that Logan Mailloux could take that. It's a perfect team for him to take that step into the NHL and introduce himself.
That's bold and spicy.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get Doritos here as
Oh.
our sponsor. I'm
You?
gonna go with one too. I'm gonna go.
You
with
have
one.
to go with one. What is this? Can't go.
Snuggerud, 55 points.
Wow.
Okay, fair enough.
That's good
That's
for
good
a
for a
rookie.
rookie.
Bold for a rook.
Yeah, for a guy who didn't have as much pedigree as most rookies.
Yeah,
I
55
like it.
points.
I like it.
All right,
Blues playoff team?
I think so. I think they're a playoff team.
Ooh, not sure. That's a tough
Yeah, I don't see them.
division.
I see them continuing to go better and better and better. I don't see them getting worse.
I might see a team overlap them that we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
Shall we hand it over to Rook for some who would you rather?
Field reporting.
Field
Field
reporter
reporter
Rook.
Rooks, are you ready? Let's see. All right, field reporter
And you
Rooks.
are live.
You are live.
All right, guys, we're going to play a little game. I'm here with listener Tino and listener Mario, and the game's called Who Would You Rather? So you're on the clock, you're drafting for your fantasy team. I'm going to give you 3 names, and you tell me which player you would draft. Got it? All right, so the first one is Robert Thomas, Clayton Keller, or Mark Scheifele.
Mike Scheifele. Robert Thomas.
Jordan Kyrou, Dylan Gunther, or Gabe Velarde.
Gabe Velarde. Jordan Carew.
Ooh. Dylan Holloway, Logan Cooley, or Cole Perfetti.
Logan Cooley. Cole Perfetti.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We got 2 more contestants coming to participate.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So Junior has left us for a bit because of the fact that we're going to have Junior get some charger for listener Roots.
Or else our field reporter is
Our
no
field
longer
reporter
a field
is-
reporter.
Is going to die. Her phone's going to die soon. All right. So let's move on to the next team that we're gonna preview here.
Go, Nick. I'm
All right.
listening.
So the next team is the Utah Mammoth.
Ooh, with a new. Last year was just the Utah Hockey Club.
Last year was the Utah Hockey Club. This year they are the Utah Mammoth. Let's do a quick little intro to the Utah Mammoth. Mr. Junior, what do you think about their chances this year of making some noise?
I think they're due to make some noise, honestly. They've set themselves up pretty nicely. They solidified their decor a little bit. Their young players are getting more experience. They brought in a JJ Peterka. I think this team is definitely trending upwards. They have everybody at their disposal. Connor Ingram is finally out of the players' assistance program, so now they got a decision to make in goal with Vejmelkov and
So do we.
Vanacek. Yeah,
In
so
the
do we.
DPR league, we have all three of them.
And
We can only keep two.
yeah, no, look, they have a lot of pieces, young vets, young players. They're very well set up, and I think we can officially rely on them. This is the heaviest we could rely on them from a fantasy perspective since a long time. I think there's easily a handful of players that will be drafted in every league you play in, easily.
Yeah.
So I think it's trending upwards for sure.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, what's the next part of what we have to ask?
Oh, it's the roster lineup and breakdown.
Nick, you're losing track, Nick.
So just like forgive us a little bit here. We're on site. We're not in our usual studio. We don't have a second screen to show what we look like as we're doing it,
And we're not even looking at the camera,
and
which is great.
which means Nick doesn't have the layout in front of him on his other screen. So even though we printed it, it's hard to look down all the time.
All right. So, guys, top six, we're talking about, it starts off with Clayton Keller at all points in time, right? Clayton Keller is the number one player on this team right now. However, he has some great running mates in Logan Cooley and Dylan Gunther. Very young team here. Barrett Hayton is the second line center right now. You know, a little bit of a question mark when it comes to him, but Nick Schmaltz is kind of a well-known commodity at this point. I mean,
Bit of a Swiss Army knife.
bit of a Swiss Army knife. You can play center, you can play winger. And they recently acquired JJ Peterka from the Dead Zone, which is the Buffalo Sabres.
That's going to be the big question this year.
So, first of all, do we see anybody else potentially being a top sixer on this club?
The only one I could see that could move up to the top six maybe is Jack McBain to take
Okay.
Barrett Hayton's position at center. But or else the bottom six is a bottom six. I don't see anybody moving up that lineup.
Yeah, I mean,
Besides McBain, that they gave him that contract this year, so they're hoping that he can take that next step.
yeah, I mean, Kerfoot, it just
Nah.
seems like a player that good defensively and doesn't good on faceoffs. Maybe doesn't do much else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they had Michelli, replaced him with Peterka. So
Yeah, I mean, Peterka is the big one here. I mean, are we expecting like a really good season for Peterka?
I'm
a really good season.
I have a hard time deciding. You know, I was looking at that, and I don't know what to expect from him.
Most people that leave Buffalo become stars.
Most teams.
If you look at Reinhardt,
most players.
Reinhardt, was he as productive as Peterka before he left?
no. Well, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be hard to say. Like he really hit the ground running in Florida.
Yeah.
Usually, when a player makes a change to a new team, it takes time to adapt. So it'll be interesting. He's got the talent. I mean, it wasn't a. Peterka didn't have a lucky season last year. He's a talented player. It's just chemistry that he had with Tage Thompson and the Buffalo guys. Can he quickly get into a chemistry mold with this Utah
There's
team?
question marks, right?
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
question marks.
So that's the only hesitation I have. It's a new team. It's not easy. It's not easy to get into a new team, a new club, and just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, they're maybe lacking a little bit of top six depth, if you ask me.
Mhm.
I mean, they have Carcone there who had that, one season, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because they're like one. I mean, we could say that about everybody, but like if they get an injury in the top six, it's a big hole that they can't fill within.
Absolutely.
But that's why I feel they're very thin. Like every other team we spoke about, we always had one guy in the bottom six that could make that move to the top six. With Utah,
It's
I
pretty
mean,
set in stone.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Besides McLean,
But that's good for us fantasy owners.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you want to go out and grab the guys that are
Exactly.
going to be in the top 6. You
Yeah.
don't care about the
No.
the third liners playing a checking role necessarily, unless you're in a checking role league. Which we should.
who would be the Checking World League?
I don't know, hits, blocks,
Ah.
face-offs, right? We're in one of those leagues. Let's go move on to the defense for Utah.
A little more depth there.
A little bit more depth, right? I mean, Mikhail Sergachev is a guy that they grabbed from Tampa a couple of years ago now. And John Marino plays more of a defensive role. Oli Mata somehow keeps finding teams and keeps being pretty decent, but not offensively. Sean Dursey is the other offensive player on that team. Nate Schmidt is new to the team, coming over from Florida.
Solid addition.
Addition. Ian Cole is just your hits master, like 200-something hits a year. So what are we thinking about this top 6? Do we see anybody other than Sergachev and Dursey having some sort of fantasy relevance? Can Nate Schmidt really produce at all? Or
I think there's a move to be made here. I think they have too many players because you didn't even mention Perunovic. You haven't mentioned Valimaki. And Lamoureux got some playing time last year too.
Yeah.
And he looked pretty good. So
is Simashev in this year?
Yeah. Well, Simashev, they signed him to an entry level, so he's with you. That was my question.
he came in from Russia officially?
Yeah.
Or was
But
he
he
not
could-
in Russia?
He could be in the AHL next
No,
year.
he'll be in the AHL for sure. I don't think they're going to rush him into the league, but he's
Yeah, he was a locomotive last year.
Last year was with Locomotive. Now he signed his entry level contract. So I believe Simachev is going to be the first guy they call up if anything happens on that defensive
Over
core.
Lamoureux?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
but I still don't think Simachev is a offensive powerhouse defenseman. I feel he's more of a in-your-face defenseman who just plays solid defense and can give you that little offense when you need it. So it's like the offense out of this defense is going to come out of Sergachev and Dursey. I don't see any other of those 4 guys bringing in offense that's fantasy relevant.
Well, you're right, because in 56 games, Simashev had 6 points last year with Locomotive, and the year before that, 10 points in 63
Exactly.
games. So
All right. Moving on to the top power play or goalies? Goalies now, right?
Well, goalies, we spoke about it, right? Goalies, Connor Ingram came in last year after his season the year before, came in as a really number 1, actually came out. He was so high on people's prospects list that they were waiting for him to come out of his shell. He did. But then last year he had personal problems. So Vince Melka, ooh, that was good, took over, right? And didn't do a bad job last year. I mean, if you look at his numbers, 26 wins, 22 losses, 2.58 goals against, 0.904 save percentage. So Vanasek,
58 games played.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it,
that's a
right? You're talking about
that's a
somebody
big
that
number.
almost played 60 games
Yeah.
last year.
That's a big number, and I don't know if they brought in Vanasek because of the Ingram situation, so they didn't know what was going to happen there, so they needed cover. But it'll be interesting to see what they do right now.
but I don't
Because
think
they can't go all season with 3 goals.
I don't think we need to worry too much though about Vanacek. I mean, if Ingram is healthy, it should be Ingram unless they trade him, because Vanacek's numbers were never really that good.
No, exactly.
Really.
Right.
So, I mean, he could be a potential backup, but even at that, he's not a great backup. He's never had under 3 goals against average in the last 2 years. He hasn't had a save percentage over 900 in the last 2 years. So, even if you look at his goals saved above expected, he was at a minus 12.75. So, you're right. It's got to be Vizmelka. It's got to be Vizmelka and maybe Ingram, depending on what his situation looks like coming into camp.
It's just for fantasy owners to what to do with Ingram, especially if you had him last year as your number 2 goalie. Am I keeping him or am I? That's a tough decision.
If you could keep him because you have depth and try to sell him when his value is a little higher, but right now you're losing out if you're going to give him away. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree completely. Ingram is going to be a very interesting case. We're going to have to see what happens in camp. If they're going to cut one of these guys or going to send Ingram down, right? You're going to have to see, because they're not going to go into the season with 3 goalies, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
And they solidified their back end, so it should help their numbers too.
Yeah.
So it's maybe a situation to stay away from, even though we're fully 100% invested in it in DPR. But
We have all 3 of them.
do as we
Do as you say, not as we do.
yeah, exactly.
If that's the
Sure,
way
if
it
that
goes.
makes any sense. Shall we move on to the power play?
Let's do power play.
All right, the 10th best power play last year with 24.2% of power play percentage, obviously. Let's see here. So their most effective power play unit down the stretch, this, let me clarify, it's down the stretch, was Nick Schmaltz, Clayton Keller, Barrett Hayton, Dylan Gunter, with Mikhail Sergachev at the point. Now, Jersey was injured for the most part. Even when he came back, wasn't quite himself. So Sergachev wasn't really threatened, and I don't think he'll be threatened for that power play one. So I think Sergachev is a guarantee to be power play one. I think you can invest in him from a fantasy perspective. I think this power play was already 10th, and it could possibly be better. Now, in terms of their forward, they had like Barrett Hayton was there. They got JJ Peterka. He's got to take someone's spot. I don't think you invest that much in JJ Peterka and not put him on power play one.
But that's the question.
I think he plays more Barrett Hayton's spot than he does Nick Schmaltz's spot. So I'm assuming Barrett Hayton might be the odd man out.
you don't think
But there's also Logan Cooley that we haven't mentioned,
Yeah.
right? So it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out. Like if we just look at daily faceoff, if we want a different perspective as what they project, it's Nick Schmaltz, Logan Cooley, Clayton Keller, Dylan Gunter, and Mikhail Sergachev.
look, there's three staples on that. Gunter, Keller, Sergachev, they're in.
They're in.
Agreed.
You're,
Agreed.
You're,
Yeah.
you're not moving those three guys.
I would even say Cooley, Keller, Gunter.
I personally think Cooley is gonna be in because I just feel just feel he's their number one centerman. You can't not have your number one centerman on your power play. So it's a Nick Schmaltz one where it's gonna be interesting because if you do put Paterka there, like who's going in front of the net?
Yeah,
And
Peterka is not really a front of the net guy. He's a
that's
perimeter
it.
player.
And Gunter plays on that board. Cooley is the guy who's going to give you the pass from behind the, so it's going to be interesting. That's why Peterka, I'm not that I'm worried, but Peterka, I don't know where he really fits on this team right now.
That's going to be interesting. I think that you're absolutely right when it comes to JJ Peterka. You have to be a little bit cautious because just because he went on to a better team than he was last year does not mean that he's going to have better deployment necessarily.
It doesn't mean it's a better situation.
It does not mean he's a
Fantasy-wise.
better situation. So it's his first of all, his salary is amazing, but I can't tell for sure whether or not he's going to be better this year.
And like he wasn't bad. So like sometimes we automatically assume a player got traded, so he's going to be better on a better team. But he played with good players.
Yeah,
It's not like he was playing with scraps and was good, and now he's going to play with really good players. I mean, you could almost say he might have been playing with a better line mate than Tage Thompson than he will now in Utah.
Yeah.
So little regression might be in place more so than him doing better. Although I think, this is where he should live, where he was last year. But so like you said, cautious.
Yeah, cautious optimism. We're going to see what happens there. Do you want to go over to the prospects while we get listener and field reporter Rooks getting ready for the over and under?
Yeah. So basically, listen, prospect-wise, Utah's are not in a bad situation prospect-wise. Obviously, they finished at the bottom of the league a few times. Simichev was one player that was surprising when they took him, but he was with Arizona. They were Arizona still at that point. But listen, they have this year's draft pick, Khalid Desonier, who's supposed to be sandpaper grinder type of player that can go on their power play one and stay in front of the net and be that net front presence.
I see him taking over for Barrett Hayton at one point.
Yeah, but that's what they're
But
hoping,
still a
right?
couple of years away, right? Like
Tijigilna, he's young, left winger, smaller in size. They're hoping he can get his dad's scoring touch.
absolutely, they're
But
hoping that.
he's still raw. There's still some fixing to do with him. Then I said Dmitry Simichev. I think Dmitry Simichev is he reminds me a bit of Silyev, who got drafted. Not offensively overpowering, but defensively, I feel he's going to be such a staple on that defense to shut people down.
I feel he has a little bit more offense than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like the opportunity to be a little bit more offensive, but we'll see.
Listen, for 6th overall, you want him, but 6'5". You can't go wrong with a defenseman that big. Then there's Daniel Butt. Same thing.
He said, but
20 years old. Once again, 6'6". Like that's a big winger. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're gonna want to bring him into the fold at one point, but I think he'll be living in the AHL for now, and just to round this game out. And after that, the biggest question is their goaltending is questionable with Utah. And
You think so? Vamjalka has been doing great.
I know he's been doing great, but you drafted Arbal, who, I mean,
He's still 4 years away.
yeah, he's not taking over anytime soon, but he could be the future goaltender that they're looking for, right? So, listen, he's playing the NCAA this year. He didn't have that good of a World Juniors, but I mean, this is where their prospect line is. It's a really good prospect line that we're going to. So it'll be interesting on how well and how quickly these young players develop for them.
Guys, for the over-unders, why don't we send it over to our field reporter, Rooks, who has a couple of other guests coming in to help us with the over-unders this week.
Live?
Rooks, you are live. Go ahead.
Are we live? Oh, sorry. All right, guys, thanks. We're here with listener Umbi and listener Joseph, and the panel just finished their Mammoth player projections. So I'm going to give you some players, and you tell me if you think they'll go over that point projection. So you just say over or under. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, so Logan Cooley, 68 points. Over or under?
Over.
Over. Clayton Keller, 34 goals.
I think under.
Under?
Over.
Over. Dylan Gunther, 29 goals.
Under.
Over.
And JJ Paterka, 64 points.
Over.
Over? Over. And Mikhail Sergachev, 50 points.
Over.
Under.
Over? Under? Okay, so we'll bring in two other guys and we'll see what they have to say. Thank you very much. Thanks, Joseph. Okay, we got listener Tony and listener Adamo here. Same thing.
Yeah.
Over under. Logan Cooley, 68 points.
Over.
Over.
Under.
Clayton Keller, 34 goals.
Under.
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 Dylan Gunther, 29 goals.
Under.
Under.
Yeah, I think it's over that one.
JJ Paterka, 64 points.
Over. New team.
Over.
All right. Mikhail Sergachev, 50 points.
Over.
You're still playing that guy? Under.
Under. Okay. All right. We got some interesting answers, that's for sure. Any of them worthy of a hot take, guys?
What are you talking about, Rooks?
We are
Thank you.
back live. Okay, so Nick is gone, but basically what she was asking us is, was any of those over-unders worth a hot take for the Utah Mammoth? You know what? I think we'll bring in a listener, Johnny Mavs, for a quick, bold take.
Ooh, a bold take.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get through.
No, Junior, breathe in, Nick. Suck it in, Nick. Suck it in. Suck it in. Suck it in. There we go.
All right, I'm back.
Look at listener Johnny looking good in that Habs jersey.
Listener Johnny is in. How are you,
nice,
sir?
headsets. Very good. Very good. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much for coming, by the way. We really appreciate your viewership, your listening, your subscribing and following, and making sure
Always.
that you always download but never listen.
I fast forward through it really quick.
You fast forward, eh?
It's okay as long as you download.
As long as you download, we don't care about the rest, Johnny. All right, so let's do some
Bold takes.
bold
Johnny said he had a
predictions.
bold take about the Utah Mammoths.
I do. My bold take on the Utah Mammoth
Go.
is going to be on JJ Paterka.
Oh, we just spoke about him.
Spoke about him, yeah.
So JJ Paterka has barely played a full 82 game season. My bold take is he plays 79 games
79 games.
Why exactly 79? Why
because
didn't
he
you
will
go
get
78?
injured. He will get injured.
He will get injured,
He will 100%.
but only missed 3 games.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
It'll be a sprained ankle.
Sprained ankle.
Johnny, how many points are you looking for JJ Paterka?
New team,
Honestly,
probably playing second.
but he has a
Second
supporting cast. He has a supporting cast. I think he could hit 70 points.
70? Wow.
70 points.
I think he could do it.
I feel that's big.
You feel that's big, really?
70, yeah. I did new team first year. I don't see that.
Last year he hit 68 points. So 77 games played, 68
79.
points.
Oh, you're talking about
No, I'm talking about last
Yeah,
year,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he was on pace for 72. So it's very possible that 70 is the way to go. We'll see. I mean, everything depends on his deployment, right?
Yeah, 100%.
If he plays second power play, you're not expecting much.
I think
more.
he's going to end up
My
playing,
fans want a
first
picture.
First line. All right, guys.
We see who's the popular podcaster here.
line. Producer Vince.
Producer Vince. That's right. Johnny, thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you for having me,
Appreciate
guys.
it. And we might ask you more questions later on. So
Absolutely.
we'll throw you on air more often here. And look at that! Ever since listener Johnny came on, we got more viewers
Look
in
at
the
that.
chat. So
It's that sexy face.
it's that sexy face. Absolutely.
What's your,
absolutely.
what are your bold predictions for Utah? Any bold predictions for Utah?
Look,
Come on, give me something.
I think Clayton Keller is going to have the best season he's ever had. I really think Clayton Keller is
Coming off a 90-point season?
90-point season. I think he ups it again this year. And why am I saying that? A large part of it has to do with Logan Cooley. I think Logan Cooley is going to take yet another step in his development. You have a better supporting cast. And yes, sometimes you're going to say that supporting cast is going to end up taking away from him. But Keller has been the number one player on this team.
You took my
for
bold
so
prediction.
long. That was your bold prediction?
My bold prediction, Logan Cooley, point per game player.
Wow, 82.
Yeah.
Man, that's bold. That's
Yeah.
bold.
Wow.
Ever since listener Johnny has left, our viewership has dropped. By the way.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Junior is back in. And
Sergachev 65 points
Ooh, that's gonna put him top
for the
5.
first time.
that's top 5 in the league.
Yeah, so he
Wow.
hit 64 when you're in Tampa. He does one better.
He does
Nice.
one better. I like it.
Sergachev fans are gonna be
yeah,
happy,
well,
that's for sure.
nobody likes Sergachev because our viewership just dropped even more.
Went from 6 million to 2 million.
Yes.
It's because the other 4 million are here.
the other 4 million are here. That's right.
And the millions. Who's the next team?
So a playoff team, I suppose, right? With all these takes we have.
Yeah,
Wait, relax. They can't all make the playoffs. Like, let me look at their division.
you do that, my friend. You do that.
Well, you have Winnipeg who's making the playoffs, Colorado making the playoffs.
Well,
Dallas,
you're saying they're making the playoffs, Winnipeg.
Yes, they're making the playoffs. They
on,
are a
like-
very, very good top 6.
Yes, they lost Steelers. That's a big piece.
And they gained Jonathan Taves.
Western Conference.
Oh, okay, but still, it's
you're
still
not comparing
leadership.
apples with apples here.
Well, maybe I like oranges.
I mean, why don't we get why don't we get into the Winnipeg Jets then?
All right, let's get into the Winnipeg Jets because the Winnipeg Jets are a big part of that division. And what's our outlook for Winnipeg this year?
Okay, so I'm just gonna before we get into Winnipeg,
This guy.
you have Chicago or not making the playoffs. And we'll think about this, and then once we finish Winnipeg, we'll see. But Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, Winnipeg.
Out
That's
of those
one
teams,
division in the West.
out of those teams, Winnipeg is the for sure thing. Dallas is the for sure thing. Colorado's the for sure thing.
Okay,
That's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah. So now you have 2 wild card spots.
Exactly. How can we just say Utah is a for sure playoff team?
I don't think it's for sure. I think they're bubble. I mean, if they
No, but
make
I mean,
it, they're going to be
if
making
you
it
have
with
to
the
give an
second.
answer, yes or no. You say yes or no. So we're
Yeah, but
saying yes.
it has to come with some sort of background.
Yeah. Okay, so Winnipeg.
Some kind of thought.
Why is Winnipeg a for sure team? Go.
Well, first of all, they have the best goalie in the world.
In the regular season.
Can't
But
complain with that.
that's all we're talking about now, right? So in the regular season, they have the best goalie in the world. They have one of the best first lines in Scheifele, Kyle Connor, and Velarde.
Connor, contract year.
Contract year Connor, so maybe even a better Connor than you've seen in the recent past, right? Second line, Taves is a newcomer. We don't know exactly what to expect from Taves, but you also have his right winger, whose name does not escape me because it's
Velarde.
Cole Perfetti.
Perfetti.
Velarde's on the top line.
Yep.
Perfetti's on the second line. And his other winger, who used to be Nick Ehlers, but is now probably Niederreiter.
No, Nyquist. Maybe.
Or Nyquist. Yeah, I mean, we don't know
Man,
yet, right?
how big of a loss is Ehlers for them?
Thank you.
I think Ehlers is a loss. You're absolutely right. But they also have one of the best defensemen in the world. So now you're talking about Morrissey. And you know what? Pionk is not the worst defenseman in the world either. And he could easily take some of that offensive pressure from that second pairing.
Yeah.
Right? The other guys are not very offensive, but DeMillo could move the puck around a little bit. Sandberg has shown that he's a gigantic man, and he plays really well with Pionk. So, I mean, I'm expecting them to kind of continue where they left off, let's just say.
Look, they won't be the number 1 seed. I can't see it. I really can't see them being a number one seed. I think they'll end up being a wild card. Don't forget, Lowry is a big absence for the first
few
almost
months.
first half of the season.
Yeah.
That's a huge loss. So you're relying on Nemesnikov and Taves at center.
Yeah.
It's not easy, guys. It's not easy.
I don't see them overlapping Colorado and Dallas. That's for sure.
And-
Not this year.
And
Not this year, yeah.
have you learned anything from the past 5 years? Stop overtaxing Hellebuck. Who cares about the regular season? He clearly can't hack it in the playoffs because you tax him too much.
Yeah, but the question is, they're gonna have no choice without Ehlers and without Lowry. They might have no choice but to tax.
And then they're getting,
Well, we've just gone over the top 6 and we've gone over the defensemen. So I don't think we should even go through that. But let's talk about their goalies, right? So you did say Hellebuck,
It's Hellebuck and Eric Comrie.
and Eric Comrie is not a bad backup.
No, but
I'm
no,
not
it's not a
expecting him
bad
to play. I'm not expecting him to play much, right? Hellebuck is really the horse over here, right? So Eric Comrie, I think last year played 20 games.
yeah, nine wins, 10 losses, 1 OT loss.
So
Two
almost
sh-
500,
two
but he
shutouts.
still had a 914 save percentage.
Yeah, nice numbers. 2.39 goals against. Very good.
I'm telling you, this team is underrated when it comes to their defensive play. And look, Hellebuck gets a lot of credit for all that, and it's well deserved. But Eric Comrie is still actually performing pretty decently.
Guys, 2.0 goals against average. That is
Hellebuck,
absolute
yeah.
insanity.
Vezina trophy,
That's
written left, right, and
insanity.
center.
Imagine
Listen,
having
we're not gonna make the same mistake we did last year. Last year we said, well, he can't reproduce the same thing, and he got even better. So
That's my bold take.
I'm not saying that
He's not going to do it. Every single year, he's not going to do it.
but-
imagine having Hellebuck in fantasy and trading him.
Oh. We got one of our listeners yelling on cursing your name in the background. Oh man. All right, let's move on to their prospects because this is we've gone way too fast through this team, by the way.
Yeah, like way too fast. We're gonna go to power play after, but listen, their prospects. There was
This was like a 5-minute team
exactly.
preview.
Like poor Winnipeg. I understand that it's the worst city that players want to play in.
Nick
but
is
I
just
mean,
thirsty.
We gotta give them time. No, but the prospect. Listen, if we remember correctly, they had McGordy who didn't want to be there. He thought he was, the tops of the tops when he wasn't. But they got good value for him, which is Jaeger, which is their number one prospect. I mean, at one point, I'm pretty sure they want Shifley Jaeger as their number one, number two. But he still has way to go. I don't think he's cracking the lineup this year.
Taves is a nice stopgap in the
Exactly.
Yeah.
for now.
Something Montreal was looking for
And-
Michael Hage.
And somehow Nemesnikov actually played pretty well with Perfetti last year when they were together. But yeah, I could see. Look, Jaeger is the future there for
There,
sure.
yeah, exactly. They have Elias Salomonsson.
I love how the way you pronounce
Wow.
names. I love the way you pronounce names.
But I mean, he was there. He's the right-hand defenseman. 40 points. He's no Morrissey, and he's no Pyoing. So I feel the one guy that I think is running out of time to crack this lineup is Lambert.
Yeah,
I
you
think-
think so?
I
He's
think
still
so.
pretty young.
Well, I think this is the year that
I
he's
think-
going to really get a chance.
He's
Yeah.
20, and I feel people forget he wasn't like a top 10 pick. He was the 30th pick overall.
But he
right?
dropped. He was
dropped.
supposed to
He
be
dropped,
a top
yes.
5 pick or something.
Yeah, well, top 10 I think it was. Then he had dropped because of the World Juniors and what he was having in that season. So I feel if there's one guy that's going to break this lineup this year is Lambert. But the problem is when you're a playoff team, you can't have a long leash for young players, right? So if he can't come out of the gates firing, I think he's going to suffer again.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. You want to talk about the power play?
Vamonos. Okay, so the Winnipeg Jets last year, you would think, had a great power play, and they did not. They did. They had the number one power play in the league last year with 28.9%.
Imagine having the number one power play in the league, having Kyle Connor, and then keeping him on the bench for the gold medal game in the Four Nations.
Well, that's another story for another day. But having
rub it
the
in,
best
Nick.
power play in the league will make up for not having the depth you want in your top 6. Now, is that repeatable? I mean, the same guys are there except for Ehlers. Ehlers was injured often, but Gabe Velarde did pretty damn good on that power play. I don't know who the fourth member is going to be. So
Do you think Perfetti is going to finally take
it's
that?
got to be his year.
Right? Because Perfetti was
He's gonna be
coming on slowly, but still being in the top 6.
I
during
liked
his
him in the
first few
playoffs.
years.
He
was
looked
very
really good in the playoffs.
I
He's
feel
going to be their
this-
number one option to go in there, right?
I think that he is a number one power play guy this year.
I think so, and I think Winnipeg is going to live and die with that power play. So it's that power play line is getting 1 minute and 40 seconds.
What was the percentage last year?
28.9.
Wow, that's huge.
Isn't that amazing?
So there was 3 teams in the 28s: Devils, Knights, and the Jets.
Wow.
My God.
And 1 team in the 27, which was 27% was Red Wings. After that, it was 25 below.
So, like the number one power play in the league, all of a sudden they lose Ehlers.
Ehlers is a big loss.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
But he didn't always play top power play Ehlers, and I think that was one of the gripes that he had with the team as well. So, I see their power play continuing to be super good.
Look, Cole Perfetti was only averaging 15 minutes of ice time. Power play 1 minute 40.
Yeah.
That's going to go up. So he should be in the 17s with maybe 2 to 225, 2.25 on the power play. That's good. That should increase his numbers. I'm curious to know what you guys think of it.
Velarde needs to stay healthy on this team. If Velarde can't stay healthy on this team, they're in trouble.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is another team that doesn't have great depth in the top 6.
Exactly. So, and especially with Lowry already gone as their centerman, Velarde needs to stay healthy because Ehlers, like it or not, he still had 16 assists and 6 goals in the power play. So it's still good. Are we doing over-unders yet?
Yeah, so their most productive line down the stretch was Scheifele, Connor, Iafallo, Perfetti, and Morrissey. I guess Connor must have not been there, but and then there was Scheifele, Ehlers, Connor, and Velarde with Morrissey as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Iafallo could also be an option. Is he still there? Because he was given the task last year to.
But he's on the right now 3rd line, 4th line, if I'm not mistaken.
He moved
3rd
up.
line.
Yeah, because he moved up on the power play while down the stretch while they were struggling. But
are we going to Rooks?
Yeah, I think listener Rooks is getting ready
She's
for
ready?
our next question.
Let's go.
Here, our next question.
We're gonna because it's such a hot topic. We're gonna find out what the listeners think of the Winnipeg Jets going into the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're useless, so might as well get other people's takes on.
And if their takes are wrong, well, it's their takes, not ours. So
That's very true. Very true. Listener Rooks, you are going to be live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, guys. So many questions surrounding the Winnipeg Jets heading into the new season. Listener Tino, I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Do you still have faith in Hellebuck for next fantasy season despite his playoff performance?
I do, because Hellebuck in the season is very dominant. I don't know about the playoffs next year, but I think he can get a 40 win season again next year.
Okay, cool. What do you expect from Jonathan Taves this year from a production standpoint?
I think he won't be as productive as he used to be, but a 34-point season, and he'll be a great leader for Cole Perfetti this year.
I have faith in Jonathan.
Yeah.
Will this be Cole? Yeah. Will this be Cole Perfetti's breakout season?
I'm not sure 100%, but I think he will do a lot better than last year because he had a 50-point season, but he's playing with Jonathan Taves, so I think he's going to learn a lot, and it could be a breakout season, but I say more than what he did last year. 100%.
All right. Thank you very much,
You're
Dino.
welcome.
Thanks. We'll bring in the next 2 guys. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so we're here to talk about the Winnipeg Jets. Do you still have faith in Hellebuck for next fantasy season despite his playoff performance?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes? How about you, Johnny?
100%. I think it has a lot to do with them overplaying him during the season and sucks in the playoffs. It's real. But regular season is fantasy. That's what matters.
Okay. And what do you expect from Jonathan Taves this year from a production standpoint?
Some PP time, second line, 45 points or more.
All right, Johnny, anything to add?
I'll agree with Bats on this one. I
Yeah.
think 45 points a month.
Okay, cool. And will this be Cole Perfetti's breakout season?
Yeah. Yeah, he'll do better than last year.
Better I have him in fantasy in LPHL on top of it. Given Ehlers leaving, the addition of Jonathan Taves, I think he's going to break out. I think he's going to hit 60 to 70 points. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Whoa. Start my time, my friend.
All right, thanks, guys. So let's see what the panel thinks of Cole Perfetti. Is this a breakout season in the cards?
Thank you very much, listener Rooks. And yes, we are definitely going to look at Cole Perfetti to have a breakout this year. I think that's a very big part of it. I traded him away, so I'm guaranteeing that he's going to have an absolutely great
So
season.
let's start with his over under.
All right, let's start with his over under.
First of all, let's introduce Raj.
Raj from the Bush League Huddle podcast.
Yes, sir.
One of the co-hosts is here to join us to help us with the over-unders. And thank you very much for coming and supporting us today.
Anytime, guys. Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure having the listeners here and partaking in our...
This is great. Guys, this is awesome. The pizza's great. People are great. You guys are great. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we're hoping that we're going to get an invite to your show when you guys hit 100.
We don't have the setup to do this live like you guys. So it will probably be remote.
Probably remote.
A virtual gathering. I like it. We've been there.
Hey, and those of you who don't know, Roger is the co-host of the Bush League Huddle podcast. It's a 2QB fantasy football league show, and they discuss everything that has to do fantasy for football. I was a guest on their podcast literally last Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
And we also have Junior, who's going to be their guest
NFC West
for
preview.
NFC West preview.
This coming Wednesday.
Raiders.
Marv.
All right. So over under. Let's start with Perfetti here. Do you think that Perfetti will hit over 65.5 points this year? Over or under?
I'm gonna go under for Cole Perfetti.
Under for Cole Perfetti. Junior,
I'll go over.
You're expecting a breakout, right?
Breakout.
He had a good playoffs last year, but like Raj said, right? Like
It could go either way.
Could go
But this
either
is
way.
the year that he has to. This is it.
he's still on that second line, and he doesn't have Ehlers anymore. So that's a big play driver that was there. So we have to see now if Cole Perfetti could do it himself or
He's
not.
playing with Taves,
He's playing with Jonathan Taves, yeah.
who hasn't played in 3 years.
Yep.
It's a good point.
I like Taves.
That's a good point.
You know what? Let's go on. Let's go over. I'm gonna say over. Let's go over.
We're changing our
I like
minds.
that.
ladies
Change your
and
mind
gentlemen.
live. Let's go.
Let's go. That's why live shows are great, because you can change your mind at any point in time, and nobody will
a
double
vibe check.
fact check
It's a
you on
vibe
that. Kyle Connor, 39.5 goals.
Okay, so Kyle Connor, I believe I drafted him in the playoff pool that you guys hosted. I'm going over on that one.
What's the number?
39.5.
Ooh.
Is he hitting 40?
Again.
41 last year.
I'm gonna go under.
You're going to go under. All right, you're expecting a little bit of a regression from Winnipeg, from what I've understood from this whole conversation. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Gabe Velarde, 34.5 goals. I'm going to give it to you, Raj, again. Are we going over 34.5 or under?
I am going to go under, and I'm going to stick with it.
All right. Well, the biggest question mark with Velarde is staying healthy. So we've mentioned it many times on this podcast before that availability is an ability. And if he's not available, unfortunately, that hurts his over-unders.
I'm gonna go under as well.
All right. That's 3 unders there for Velarde, even though I own him.
Same
And I
here.
hate you guys for saying it. Morrissey. Now, this is one of the defensemen. He is probably the most underrated defenseman. Or he's not underrated anymore, I find. Everybody's been talking about Morrissey, right?
It took a while to earn that respect from people.
That's true. 65.5 points. So we see him as a top 5 offensive defenseman next year again.
Yes. Over.
I'm going to go over as well.
Like, he just keeps producing. It's hard not to say over, right? He just keeps putting up the points, and there's nobody there that's really taking away his top power play time on the best power play in the league.
He had a very interesting season. For like 6 years, he paced for like 30 points. And then out of nowhere, I paced for 80, 70, and 64. Like,
He's like a fine wine.
wild.
He gets better with age.
But
right?
he's been pretty consistent. I'm gonna go over. They're gonna need him to be over anyway.
All right, last one for you guys. The goalie, Hellebuck. He won the Vezina last year. Do we think he gets 41.5 wins this year?
Absolutely, he's a dog.
He's the best, man.
He's amazing.
He is absolutely the best. He's been the best for 2 years in a row.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he got 47 wins last year in 63 games. He's gonna hit 40 for sure. 41. Yeah, give me over.
All right.
That's an easy bet.
Raj, thank you once again for coming to join us.
Thank you, boys.
Thank
really
you, Raj.
appreciate you coming here and celebrating with us.
You guys are awesome.
One more
Congrats
time,
again.
where can people follow along on the Bush League Huddle?
You can find us at the Bush League Huddle Fantasy Football Podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, TikTok, Amazon, you name it. We're there. 2QB Superflex.
Love it.
Love
it.
it.
I can't wait to draft.
See you. I'll see you Wednesday.
Yes. See you, Junior. Bye, Nick.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Mia.
Babia, you're up. All right, let's get our listener Bamia here. This, my friends, is our bold predictions for Winnipeg Jets. Grab a seat, put on the headset so you can hear us better.
All right.
He's physically here, but he's still on vacation. He's still on vacation.
What's up,
Yeah.
man, guys? You guys all right?
Doing well, man. Doing well. How are you feeling this fantasy season?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm really feeling good. I want to see what my new team has in store for me.
we're gonna have to put the mic a little bit closer to you just to make sure.
One of the busiest off seasons.
In Llama history, yeah. I think so.
This man had some of the biggest names you've ever seen in a dynasty league on his team, and he just revamped everything. It was the most interesting offseason I think we've ever seen.
Because of the lack of depth that you thought you had.
And also because my team didn't perform.
Yes,
right?
that's true.
What
That's
did I
true.
finish? Fourth, fifth?
Well, you had Matthews, you had
Connor,
Kyle Connor.
Morrissey, Hellebuck, Pasternak.
Jesus.
Wow.
And the team won one championship in 5 years.
That's right.
Wow. What are you, the Maple Leafs?
And it was
Actually, no, you won a championship.
Exactly,
Never mind.
I won a championship.
That's so dirty. That's dirty.
But all that to say that change was needed, right?
That yes, absolutely. Look, one of the great things about you just made a recent trade and you acquired Elias Lindholm for like a 4th round pick, just increasing your depth even more now because you traded away your superstars. You got a bunch of depth in return, and now you can kind of balance your team a little bit better.
That's it. Draft picks, depth, young players. I'm very happy.
He's set up for a while.
Yeah, you're set up for a while. Absolutely. All right, let's move it back to Winnipeg Jets here. So we wanted to see if you had a bold take for the Winnipeg Jets this year.
Look, I think they're going to take maybe a bit of a step back.
Is that because of the Ehlers thing? Just to understand.
No. Well, they did make a lot of changes, right? Bringing in Taves, bringing in Nyquist. Ehlers left. So for sure there's going to be a bit of a shakeup in the core. But look, I don't think they're going to stink. Do I think they're going to be the same? Maybe 40. I don't know. They'll be okay, but I don't think they're going to be as dominant as they were. I think teams now are gonna they know how to coach them and go coach against them and all that. So we'll see.
It's a strong division.
It is a strong division.
Right? So we mentioned it before when you weren't here, but we were talking about Colorado, we were talking about Dallas, we were talking about
Is Vegas in that division? No.
No, Vegas.
No.
Vegas is not in that division.
It's Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas,
Minnesota, St.
Utah,
Louis.
St. Louis,
Utah. There's a lot of teams there that
Nashville.
are like.
So people got to ask themselves: is their second line this year coming up better than last year?
You're
Secondary
replacing,
scoring.
right? Yeah. That's a good point. So, is your bold prediction that they're going to miss the playoffs?
No. They're going to make the playoffs. They just won't be as dominant as they were in the regular season.
Okay, understood.
So wild card team.
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. What about your bold prediction, Junior? What do you think this year?
For me, they're like the Boston Bruins. I keep thinking they're gonna suck, and they don't suck. So I'm just gonna pretend they're the Boston Bruins and think they're gonna suck. So they're not gonna make the playoffs.
That's bold. I don't know. That's a little bit too bold. In my books, I'll give you a bold prediction.
About damn time.
Jonathan Taves.
Ooh.
70 points.
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Holy
bold.
crap. I say 50.
50 is
50
more
is pretty
likely.
bold, though.
I say
55,
it is
50
coming
is
back
more
after
likely.
2 years, 3 years, but I'd say 50.
I think 50 is pretty bold in itself.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 70.
Holy
The guy's
moly.
rested.
Yeah, he's rested.
He's rested. Who knows?
Is he getting first power play? No.
Does he even remember how to skate?
I think
All right. Well, Bamia, thank you very much for joining us.
Our
Really
part-time.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Bamia.
Thank you.
Our part-timer is back.
Our part-time producer is back. Should we flip the camera and let everybody see some of the festivities going on here? We have people taking pictures at the photo booth. We
got some behind-the-scenes footage that people are.
We have some behind-the-scenes footage that we're going to share. That's for sure. I'm seeing here a bunch of people getting some Timbits and pizzas going down.
Think there's any left for us?
I don't think there's any coffee left. That's for sure.
Me and Rooks just took a picture of champions. You know, her winning the playoff pool and me winning our pool. You know, because you guys suck.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that. Guys,
Guys, this was fun, man.
you know what? like it's a live episode. We didn't know how many people are going to show up. We didn't know like everybody that's going to be here and participate. And big shout out to our field reporter.
Thank you, listener Rooks.
Thank you, listener Rooks. Guys, thank you all for coming today. Really appreciate you guys being here today. Thank you very much. It's always your support and the reason that we are here. And I think that's the outro.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
a
the
really
outro,
loud outro.
Is it? I don't hear it. That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, whatever.
Do you
Whatever.
hear it?
It is
I
what
hear
it
it,
is.
but it's probably gonna be louder than we think.
Yeah. Well, if it's louder, then
Start yelling in the microphone.
Guys, thank you very much again. Live episodes. This is our first time doing this. It was a really fun time.
We're gonna learn from it.
it.
Was rusty to start, but I think we pulled it
I
off.
think it actually went really, really well. Let's post all these pictures out there and
There we go.
have some fun.
Yeah, guys, enjoy.
All right.
Have a good week,
100.
everybody.
Not everybody gets to 100 episodes.
We
100.
hit 100. Can we retire now? All right. Take care, guys.
What kind of money have you been making that I don't know about?
Have a great day, peeps.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Bam!
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's start drinking. Our mics are off.